This is I Said It podcast. Thank you for joining me today. Today's wonderful and educational topic is saving the planet. From what exactly? For many years, people have boldly stated the idea of saving the planet. From what exactly, might I ask? Listen, folks, Earth has been here for 4.5 billion years, while people have been evolving machines and technology for 200,000 years. We aren't halfway compared to the Earth in life, and as we evolve, we get more greedy and take the Earth for granted. I believe that humans can be hypocritical as we state that we will save the planet, despite us being the main cause of its destruction. However, you need to take a step back and think, can humans who have been here for 200,000 years with technology, with pollution, other major effects, defeat the Earth that has been here for 4 billion years with plastic cups and flammable bags? Plastic sticks around the environment for ages, threatening wildlife and spreading toxins. Plastic also contributes to global warming. The reliance on plastic therefore prolongs the demand for these dirty fuels. Burning elastics in incinerators also release climate-wrecking gases and toxic air pollution. Now, this is where my question comes in. Between a raging asteroid heading towards Earth and a couple of plastic bags in the oceans, which does more damage to the Earth? Earth has been around for billions of years, and it has gone through meteor showers, asteroids, volcanoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, snowstorms, droughts, mysterious diseases, tectonic plates, icy continental drifts, and many more before and after. And yet, Earth still remains. It heals itself in this cycle of pain and gains its resources, new evolutions of Mother Earth herself. Who are we to believe that we can make such threats to Earth, who is a veteran through many catastrophes, and do a better job than her? Aside from humans trying to save the planet from destruction despite being one of its main causes, we like to meddle. Saving the planet has different categories, from environments, animals, people, and many more to come. Meddling in animals' lives because we believe we can make a difference in what we think is right for our personal gain. An essay submitted on August 27, 2013 by Timothy Lavin named the article that appealed to many was Why I Hate Pandas and You Should Too. Many are familiar with this, while many are not. Let me give you a general explanation before I go into my evidence to my question. He wrote about how we waste our time meddling in pandas' lives to save them from extinction, and he believes we should leave them alone and have a graceful passing for them. In his article, which tells us why pandas aren't worth the trouble, he explains the many advancements in money we use on animals that don't want our help in the first place. In one of his paragraphs, he stated, quote unquote, "He's right. The economics of protecting this doomed species are simply unjustifiable. Canada last year just spent $10 million renting the creatures from China while cutting government spending elsewhere. American zoos typically pay the Chinese government $1 million annually for a single panda, subject to negotiation, if they have cubs. That's another $600,000. Taking care of them, supplying them with the habitat, staff, and all that bamboo costs 5 times what it costs for elephants, the next most expensive zoo animals. And zoos typically find that the cost overtakes the benefits in adding attendance after about 3 years." After reading this, I stopped and thought, why? We should be using this money to fight other dangerous problems like a war on homelessness. You never see anyone trying to fight against homeless people to save them and give them good homes. And yet, we use them for pandas who don't want the help of us outsiders, us foreigners. Can't we just let them eat their bamboo in peace? Now, I understand that pandas are cute and exquisite and wonderful creatures that we would love to study and keep them forever. Now, pandas are interesting creatures, but to the extent that we meddle into their habitats, dress as pandas, and manipulate the cubs, that is ridiculous in both pandas and humans' perspectives. Now, mothers do leave their cubs to fend for themselves, but are dressing as the mother won't help them. We're just wasting time to feed the pride of our meddling. Pandas have lived for around 3 million years due to sources. If they survived for this long, why is it that we're meddling now? Nowadays, they're okay. They are farther from extinction than back in 2013. From a source called World Wildlife, they stated that, quote unquote, in this article they sent, the efforts are yielding success. Wild panda numbers are finally rebounding after years of decline. In September, the International Union of Conservation of Nature, or for short, IUCN, announced that pandas have been upgraded from endangered to vulnerable on the global list of species at risk of extinction, following a population growth of nearly 17% over the past decade. This is good news, because this happened because the Earth intervened. not us. It helped its children regain their wildlife as they are far from extinction now. We shouldn't worry because our beautiful planet is healing itself and her children. Now, on my next set of evidence, we have environmentalists. Stay with me, folks. This might get tricky and a bit messy. Now, an environmentalist is best defined as a person who is concerned with or advocates the protection of the environment. Now, I do respect environmentalists, I really do, for what they do to protect us, but they show a bit more care about people than animals. Now, Mark Tarek wrote an article on June 21st, 2021. It's called, "It's Time for Environmentalists to Care More About Animals." I love the title. It's short, sweet, simple, and straight to the point at hand. It's like ripping off a band-aid. He said in one of his paragraphs, quote unquote, "More specifically, I think environmentalists should be more attentive to preventing unnecessary suffering by animals. We should do more to ensure that wild and captive animals experience a good quality of life and the human death. Even if the environmentalist move is not ready to make animal welfare a top priority, it can be much more sympathetic to the plight of animals." Now, when you hear environmentalist, you think of the environment. You think about us humans in the environment. But you also need to remember there's also animals. Here is my argument. We prioritize our personal need for a better establishment, but we forget about our other friendly neighbors. Bingo! The animals. We talk all might about saving the planet involving the trees, animals, and many environments, but we prioritize more of the other with us on top. Apparently, we have to be first than the others since we're doing all the hard work. Now, I'm not trying to pick a fight with an environmentalist or any supporters. You do you, I do me. This is just my opinion. And I believe we should at least balance out our priorities in the real goals before we talk a big game of saving Mother Earth herself. Shouldn't we prioritize her children first? Now, Mark Tarek explains that in this article on prioritizing the animals is a bit more, and what we should do as a community. We can do something together. This pride of ours is just in the way as our imaginary goal and assumption of saving the planet is far-fetched from reality. We can hardly take care of ourselves, and we think we can save a large planet? Even a stand-up comedian made this top act yet. George Carlin, or better known as George Dennis Patrick Carlin, was an American stand-up comedian, actor, social critic, and author. Whenever he'd go to stage, he'd always have something to say about politics, religion, people, actors, and even children on as many ideologies of this world, and challenge them. He didn't care what he said, he just said it. He challenged the reality of the planet itself and had many people question themselves because of how powerful his words were. With evidence from many people and essays, I believe my point has been put across to you to stop and think. We aren't doing anything. Mother herself is the boss, is the big lead. We should let her handle things from here and stop butting in. Now, yes, I understand I have been repeating the words of she's been here for billions of years, and I'll keep repeating it to make sure it's in your head that she has been here for so long. And she's a fighter. She's not gonna give up, and she'll keep doing her job. It's our time that we step back and let her do the job. We need to focus on ourselves and with our own populations as we focus more on politics and any other industries. We have to set aside, there is a line that we must follow, and there are rules. We stick to our side while Mother Earth sticks to her side. Now, our wonderful chat has ended. This is I Said It podcast. I hope you enjoy me next time.